everybody. Today I'm going to be doing a restoration kit on these headlights. The kit I chose to use is the Cerakote Headlight Restoration Kit, and we're gonna basically get started. First thing you need, gotta have your gloves. So let's put some gloves on. Alright, the gloves come in the kit. Wait, sun's in the way, sorry about that, but it'll be down a little bit. Gloves on. The next step in the process, step 1, it's going to be the oxidation remover. Just open that little pack, so let's open it. Oxidation remover pack open. It's going to be taking out your little oxidation swipey and rubbing in small circles. You're going to basically be removing all that oxidation that's inside the headlight lens. Well, not inside, but on top of. So much. And basically you should get like a little yellowish, whitish color, basically where your fingertips are pushing on the lens. And then there's not much oxidation on that one. I did pre-sand these headlights on this side. This is the driver's side headlight, and I may have removed a lot of that oxidation that was on it initially. When I get to the passenger side headlight lens, we'll see if that's the case. Oh, sorry, bump you guys all around. If you happen to get any of this oxidation remover on your on your panel, you just basically want to take a microfiber dry rag and just wipe anything that you got on it. Doesn't really pay much attention. Off. But as you see, as I went in there, it's a little, dingy. Hello, how are you doing? Oh, that's great. I tried. It's a work in progress. And I'm getting all the way in the edges as far as I can get around and you see there's a little bit of that yellowish, let's get that sun out, tinge that I was talking about. And I can see when I get all in the edges where I didn't get the sandpaper in when I did the initial sand on it, coming up there on the wipe. And basically you just want to get a real good scrub down with your rag in all the corners, because basically this step is going to remove all the oxidation. And I know I'm going right to left on it, but I'm used to standing like this on headlights, so you know I want to make sure I really do get a good removal of that oxidation. You're gonna basically keep wiping until you feel like you covered every area and you got it all off. I mean, you got product up there, why not use it, right? Now this kit right here cost me $24.99. I ordered mine off of Amazon. Came straight to the house. I'm actually outside in my neighborhood doing this restoration job. I think there, I got it good. Let's go up under the edge if I can get under the edge. Just because light reflects in all directions and I just want to make sure everywhere it might want to go it's clean. Now this is not a customer car, this is actually my daughter's car that I'm trying to get to look its best for. Alright, I think there we got it pretty good. Why not do it one more time? It's very simple, very easy. It's actually less work than sanding out and buffing out headlights. I mean, that lens right there looks pretty good, just like that. Like, do I even need all the other steps? Probably not, but I'm gonna do them. Alright, let me see if I can block wherever the sun is hitting so you can kind of get somewhat a look of that rag or that little wipe. Maybe you can see a little bit of that dinge, but I'm gonna call that one done. So I'm gonna take that, set it to the side. Now the kit comes with these gloves. You want to use the gloves. Now this is an oxidation remover for headlights. My daughter has a 2001 Volkswagen Passet, and you will see that some of the videos I post on some of the work I do on this car, it's hammered. I mean, it's beat. I think she bought the car for like 900 bucks. Had a few things done on it, and it, I think, totaled out somewhere about $1,400, $1,500 is what she spent on it. So basically, anything I practice on or do for her on this car, really she won't mind much. It's much better doing this like this than a custom car. Okay, so let's put that down. I just wanted to see what that wipe would do on oxidation on her emerald. Don't think it's made for that stuff. So basically, after you finish that, you want to get you some water and rinse all that stuff off. Give it a good rinse. Now I'll put my hand here right quick just so the water's not really jumping on the camera. Alright. Rinse that down real good. Uh-oh, did I shoot you guys? Didn't mean to. I'm going to try and just remove all of that cleaner so we can get ready for the next step. Next step, in the kit comes a little, I guess, applicator you can use. And you're just basically going to stick that 2000 grit, so you can get the 2 to show up there, sandpaper right onto the disc, pat it down. You can see how the lens dries, a little bit of a light milky haze to it, and you're gonna wet your light. Some water on there, wet your pad. Then you start to sand left to right. And as you see, you'll see a little bit of a milky residue showing up, and that's the outside edge layer. Getting down, you want to get basically past that factory coating that's on these lenses that they put on. Now granted, I don't have her car taped off. You would want to put tape around this lens here. Her car will be buffed out, compounded, and all that good stuff. So I'm not too worried about if I mess around and sand a section close to her headlight, because I might end up having to sand her buffer out anyway. But if you're doing it without taping off your edges, you know, you want to really make sure you're careful that when you're bringing your sanding disc applicator, as you get to the edge, you want to slow down a little bit so you're not scooting off the lens in the area that you're trying to sand and hitting paint, because it's just going to create more work for you. Make sure you keep your lens and your sandpaper moist. We're not dry sanding, we're wet sanding here. And you also want to, after you get a couple of passes, go down and rinse some of that milkiness off your lens and off your paper so you can actually make sure the sandpaper is doing what it's supposed to be doing. Make sure you're getting a good effective sand out. And you're pushing a little bit light pressure, you know, a little bit of heavier pressure. You really don't want to be digging into the plastic. You're just going over it and then moving with the water and just gliding it across. I'm going to go up to the top. We're going to hit the tops. Now this lens has like a little beveled edge. I'm going to just slow my speed down on any edges. I don't know, I think it's just because on paint, if you got an edge or a raised area, you can get paint burn. I don't know if you get plastic headlight burn or not, but I don't want to have to just replace them. You know, I'm trying to basically get the most use out of the stuff that she has on her car. So there, I think we're about good. I'm gonna stand up, so if I block you guys, I'm sorry. Just want to make sure I really got this side over here sanded out. And now I'm going up and down because I'm leaning over the headlight, but I'm actually gonna come right back and go right back over it in that left to right motion. All right. I think we're good. And since her headlight sticks out a little bit on her bumper, I can just run it up under that edge there, just lightly. So let's spray this headlight down real good and see what we got off of that 2000 grit sandpaper. Alright, I see some sanding marks in there. Nice left to rights. What I'm basically looking for is, once I finish, and let's spray this off while it's getting a little bit of dry time, you can kind of see what the sandpaper looks like. I don't know if it's picking it up in the camera there, but after that left to right action, it's basically what it looks like. See the feel. Still feels like it has a little bit of grit up there. So you might can actually do 2 headlights with it, but the kit does come with 2 of the 2000 grit discs, 2 of the 3000, which is going to be the next step. This once you're finished correcting your headlights, this little applicator has that little backing plate on it, little backing velcro sticky thing on it, and you can actually pretty much use it. It's like about a 3-inch. I mean, maybe you can put like a 3-inch Trizac disc on it or something, and when you're doing body work on panels or something, or a little small, like the edges, like this bumper has this little tiny edge, you know, you're hand sanding, you can actually get up in that little section right there with this. So I wouldn't throw this part away. Once I'm finished, I would hold on to it, just add it to the arsenal of stuff that I have for cars. Alrighty, we're gonna take this 2000 off, and we're gonna replace it with the 3000 grit, and I'll pause and come back with that, so you have to wait for all of that replacement action. Be back in a sec. And just to speed up things a little bit, I'm gonna go in and dry off this lens a little bit, because I want to kind of show you what I'm looking for. What I'm looking for is a uniform haze, like you kind of see on the headlight. It's kind of cloudy. Let's see if that sun is still there. Let's block that out a bit. Kind of cloudy, kind of hazy. You wouldn't want to try and drive your car with your lens is looking like this. So we're gonna move on. I got basically my microfiber towel, wiped off the excess water. Now we're gonna take this 3000 grit and we're gonna put it right back on the applicator pad. And now I'm noticing something. I didn't change the number. Well, not the number, but the actual camera thingamajiggy. And I quite don't know how to do it on iPhones. So just imagine everything I put in is going to be backwards. But it's P3000 3000. So you guys will be able to kind of understand, which I'm almost certain you're understanding that this is 3000, that was 2000. So same steps for this one. Spray your lens down a little bit. Let's open it back up. Too much. Get some water on there. You don't want to sand, dry sand. Put a little bit of water on your disc, and start sanding. Now this one is a whole lot smoother, but you can automatically see as soon as you start, that milkiness is coming in, so you know it's doing its job, it's working. So give it a little bit of water and just sit and go back and forth. And basically what it's doing is sanding out the 2000 grit lines that you put into the lens. Now if you happen to had some other sand marks in that lens that was deeper or more than 2000, so like say you sanded this lens down with a 80 grit disc, the lines that you put inside this plastic would be so deep that 2000 wouldn't touch it, wouldn't bring it out. Kind of like the same process with, or should I say process? I love the way they say process. But the same thing you do with paint sanding. You know, you want to step your grades up. You know, you want to go from whatever grit you started with and step up to the next grit. So if you're doing 1000 grit sanding on the paint of your car or the body of your car, trying to get some light scratches out, you want to move up to like a 1500. And then from a 1500 you might want to bring it up to a 2000 grit, 2000 to a 2500, you know, and then from, you know, 2500 to maybe a 3, and then I mean you can go on for there. But once I normally get around 2000, 2500 grit, I start to go into compounds, and then I'll just get my DA out and go from there, because handwork takes time. That's the only thing I can say. It, you know, waxing with like a paste wax by your hand, a lot of people say it's kind of like one of the best ways. You know, you get to be one with the machine. You know, it's a good thing to do on a weekend. It's calming. It's, for me anyway, it's calming. Let's go around and rinse this off. And I'm sure for other people it has some type of soothing benefits. Well, maybe not. Some people don't even like detailing cars. I kind of love it. One day I wish I could just retire and only detail cars. But right now, I still gotta keep my full time. So, you know, my spare time I get, I come out and I do a little bit of stuff. I really haven't been doing a lot of detailing in the past few years. I mean, heck, if you look at my YouTube page for the videos I do put up, I don't think I've really posted a video in almost 2 years. You know, we had like a family situation happen, and I don't know, I just didn't have the gusto for it to get up to come and play with the cars. But it's been coming back to me slowly but surely. So, and then my daughter happened to buy this car. And I was like, oh yeah, well, let's dust off the old habits, see what's in the tank left. So I think we did a good job on this 3000. I mean, it doesn't really take much time. I think they say spend about 3 to 4 minutes per pad, you know, but you can almost feel when it's just like smooth, it's just sliding. You know, the 3000 grit, you're not going to get much grab on it, but it's just kind of like sliding right across, like you got lotion on it or something, you're just lotioning your arm or something. So I think we're about good there. Let's go down again. I really want to make sure, because the final step that we're going to do is going to be like a ceramic coating. And once it's on, if it's anything like automotive ceramic for your vehicle, once it's on, it's on. Like the kit says that this is for the life of your lens. coating or kit restoration thingy. So what I don't want to do is stop too soon and be like, oh man, I should have did a couple of more passes on it. You know, it's just too late. Then I have to figure out a way to strip it off and get it back there and start all over from the beginning. So I don't want to do that. So I'll spend another few seconds on it, and I'm still seeing that little milkiness in there. It's not as heavy as it was when I first started. And I'm reckoning, being that I'm past the factory coating, that as long as I sand, I'm gonna see some milkiness. So we're gonna pause it right there, and I'm gonna come back around, touch up that edge, since I took that 2000 down there, and I took that oxidation pad down there. Just go right back in there lightly. Alrighty. Well, same thing, rinse. And get ready for the next one. Oh, I didn't mention, this is nothing but, I mean, you might see no rinse washing shine. So sometimes I put my no rinse in this bottle, but I just got a bottle, filled it up with some just regular old water. And that's all I'm putting up here. I didn't add anything to this setup or this kit thing but water. That's all I did. Okay, let's rinse down. And put that there. Alrighty, I'm going to go ahead and take this rag and just dry this off a little bit so we can see what we're working with. Now, before I go to the next step, which is the ceramic coating, I want to check to make sure that I don't have any high spots, or maybe, if you don't call them high spots, let's just say any spots that have like a little shine to them. If you can actually see, I'm in this little corner here, right here, of the lens at the top, and where it kind of bolts up to the bumper, and I can't really get the sanding disc in there, so it's got a little shine to it. You know, I'm looking to make sure I don't have any shine areas, and you'll find those mostly around where the lenses start to connect to the bumper or the panel, or not really connect, but be encased or covered. You know, if you're fortunate enough to take the whole lens of your car out your car, do that. By all means, you'll be able to get in a little bit better. And if you happen to have some 2000 grit, 3000 grit sandpaper on hand, you know, you can actually go in there with your hand and just kind of get in those little areas. You know, but to me it looks pretty good. What does it look like to you guys? Any more sun there? This right here is the ceramic clear coating. Says professional strength. You know, so we're gonna open that up, grab one of those out. Well, hold on. I see some more dampness. I don't want to have any water really on this lens. I should have brought my blower with me. I could have blew all this extra water out. I want whatever's inside the coating to just be going on this lens. I don't really want to be introducing some waters to it. I want to get everything that the company put in it, put on this lens. Okay, that's pretty good. Alrighty. Alright, I think that's pretty decent. Let's go with that. Alright. Now, we'll open this. Whew! Jesus. This stuff is strong. Oh my gosh. I don't know what's in it, but it's strong. Oh. Jesus. Maybe I shouldn't be inhaling this stuff. Ha! Probably so. Better not do it. But it has a nice scent to it. It's like, I don't know, like maybe a paint thinner type scent. way. Now, put that little pad piece back. Now, basically what you're gonna do is you're gonna take the applicator, and it has all this little moisture stuff in it. I don't know what it is. It's a ceramic coating, and you're just gonna wipe from left to right over the lens. And being that this lens has that little bevel edge, I'm gonna make sure I really get in there. And it's the same process if you get it on any type of rubbers, any edges of the paint. You want to kind of just, I'm going to stand up, make sure I can see what I'm doing over here. This over here is good. Alright. Now that I see that I got that pretty decent. If I'm in the way of the camera, you guys, I'm very sorry. Give me 1 second, I'll be out. I just want to make sure I get that edge good. Get it layered up there pretty good. Get out the way. Let that cure, and basically you just let it cure for, it says 60 seconds, so we'll give it an hour and we'll come back and see what it looks like after that. Alrighty, well, I'm gonna let that sit for about an hour. I might have to bring it back and touch it up on the end of this because I'm losing sunlight. It's kind of hot outside, so I don't really want to go outside when it's burning out hot. A lot of stuff doesn't work real good in direct sunlight. So I might have to reshoot this part in the morning, but I'll be back and we'll see what the results are. It hasn't been quite an hour yet, but as I'm sitting here looking, I see a lot of, I guess, the product on it, and it looks like it has like a lot of little lines and stuff and this, that, and the other, but they do say that this is self-leveling. So my intent is to say take the microfiber and rub, because you got too much up there, you need to take it off, or it's not even all across. Like I can see up here it's shiny, and over here I see like it's, looks like it's just, I don't know, like lines on it or whatever, like some haze and stuff. So what I'm gonna do is, with my extra energy that I have, I'm just gonna go ahead and dust off this bumper part from all that little sand and residue. Don't be tempted to rush the product or the process. If you got tons of energy, find something else to do. Just because it looks weird to you doesn't mean all the time it's wrong. You know, stay within the manufacturer's instructions and follow what they state, and you should be okay. You know, my just energy that I just have, I just like, oh wow, this doesn't look right, let's try and do this, and it's not nothing that Cerakote said do, so I'm gonna stay away from it. And then if I have to, I'm just gonna get up and move myself if I finish doing what I'm doing, and I just feel like I'm gonna mess up something else or touch something else. I'm gonna wait and see what happens after about an hour. Does it self-level? when you wipe, do you want to just do one wipe, one wipe, one wipe, one wipe? If you noticed, when I stood up, I went on this section. I didn't carry it all the way through. You know, maybe you want to actually be in a position kind of jammed up against this bumper in this parking space here, so you can actually just get one full wipe across. I don't know. It's first time I'm trying this product, so we'll find out. And the worst case scenario, if it messes up, I'll figure out how you take Cerakote Headlight Restorer off your headlight once you put it on. But I don't think it's going to be a problem. As I stand up now, I'm looking and I see the top of this lens is like beautiful. You know, it's really nice. It doesn't have any, looks like residue in there. It's pretty clear. Now granted, I got the back of the headlight housing. This is just the plastic over it, so it's not clear where I can actually see through it, but it kind of has a shine. It looks good. But we're gonna wait and we're gonna find out. Be back in a bit. Good, 10 good minutes. I'm still seeing those lines there. They look like they're actually thinning out a little bit. It's weird. Can't really tell if they are or they aren't. I just want to go grab a buffing pad and my drill brush and bzzz. I was like, oh, it'll be perfect. Bzzz. I'm not going to touch it. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and do the passenger side while I wait for this to dry. And this way I'll stay away from it. Alright, hey guys, I'm back. Hasn't been much minutes past, so if you're looking at the lens, it's probably going to look about the same since I last got off. But I wanted to come back and show you. I'm on that passing. About maybe 20 minutes since I finished that coating, and let's see, I've completed the 2000 grit on the passenger side headlight lamps. This is still the driver's side right here, and this is basically what the oxidation pad looked like when I was done that one. It's like it's almost like burlap. Alright, so what I'm seeing so far, maybe 20 minutes into it, top still looks about the same. It looks like it's moving out pretty good. I still see some lines in there. Well, it's getting a little darker, so let me see if I can put some light on here. Maybe you can tell. Let's see which one looks the best. Maybe we should go with the white. No, maybe that one. Let me try and move this up a little bit. Okay, you're gonna move a little bit, guys. I can get this. I don't want to have too much light, but I'm trying to see if I can get it where you can see a little bit. That light is kind of too much. It's kind of like put it out there, so okay, maybe there. That might work a little bit. Okay, that's 20 minutes, and if you can kind of see, I can see it in the camera there. See how the lines are just kind of shooting up a little bit? And I'm thinking that's the leveling process that has to finish off. So we'll come back in a minute. I'm going to go over to the other lens there and hit it with the 3000. 3 minutes. Turn that light on there again. Let's see what we're seeing. Very smooth. I still see those lines in the center. I'm not quite sure if they're as apparent as they were before. I do know I did wipe this center section twice. I might have just did it once. So what I'm thinking is I have a extra layer of product over top of the layer, so it's going to require that time to fully layer out or level out. But that's 30 minutes in. Let's give it another 30 more minutes and see what we have. But if I stand back and look at it overall, I mean, I can't see it as good standing back. That lens does look way better. But we're going to see if it actually levels all the way down, or if I'm going to have to buff that center out. Hopefully not, but I'll be back in about 30 minutes and I'll let you know. Alright, show you where I'm at. I finished the passenger side lens. It's about 35 minutes into the product application on the driver's side one, and it is drying very well. Very well. Now those lines that I've seen in the center, I kind of still see them a little bit. I have the light there, and maybe you can see it like right here is the line that I'm looking to disappear. But the top part right above it is looking very well, and then the bottom part like right here is looking very well. So we're going to give it that 25 minutes to see if that center section levels out a little bit more. But what I can tell you is I just got finished doing the ceramic coating on the passenger side lens, and this time when I did it, I did straight strokes. So I went like straight to the boom, 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 like basically right under where I can tell the coating, because the headlight was hazed. So basically, once I wiped, I can tell where the actual product was applied to the lens, and I came right there in straight stroke, boom, boom, all the way through to the bottom, and then crest that bottom edge. What I did notice is when I did that one, it went on pretty clear. I'm gonna go glance at this one. I just did it, and I'm not seeing any of those lines. Let me see something. There was a little bit like kind of like a line right here where I went straight across. When I came back, it seemed like it was like a little tiny gap missed, so I tried to take the wipe and touch that up. Where I did that at, and it's just a really thin line, where I did that at, I can tell it looks like this. When you do it, you want to put one swipe on, it looks like, and don't overlap it. Now, it's probably in the instructions not to do that. What I failed to do before I started was reread the instructions. I got this a few weeks ago, and I just had time to actually get it done, so I didn't go back over the instructions. But in automotive detailing, everything is repairable. I'm almost assuming that this is just going to level out with the extra time, and if it doesn't, then I'll figure out what do you do. And I know you're like, what is this white thing I'm doing? This is half of what I used when I wiped it on. I sat it on the engine compartment here while I did this light, and then while I did the other light. I just kind of want to show you what that ceramic coating did to that nice, smooth, soft feeling. It's hard. I mean, it's kind of like construction paper type feel. So whatever it is, that coating is in it, whatever's in it is kind of like really it's got some, I don't know if you can hear that, some firmness to it. So I mean, it has something in it. The kit's pretty decent. But I'm gonna go ahead and let this sit and see if in the hour does the leveling effect take that out, or did I tear up the lens, or do I have to strip it all out and do it again? Like I didn't want to, but I can tell you that passenger side one is looking really good. And at least if I have to repair anything, it'd just be this one. And maybe just a little line, but I mean, it's kind of like a little pin line, and it's about maybe 2 inches long, so it's going to be nothing. And I still have faith that this is going to level out. 45 minutes. Let's get a little light. Let's see if we can move this. This is getting darker. This light up a little bit more so it's not so bright on the thing. Let's get you guys back a little bit better. Oops, too far. There. Alrighty. In 45 minutes I can tell you the top that I did of the lens, well, of the center line that I had seen. Looks great. That center line is still there, and the bottom looks really good. But so far what I get from it is, if you're going to use this stuff, you want to wipe and let it be. It's not like some of the ceramic coatings I used on paint, where you can go like, you can wipe and then you can wipe, you know, and then move down and wipe, kind of, and then cross hatch and go across. It's not forgiving like that. You can't layer it. It doesn't seem like you can layer it. I'm gonna give it the other 15 minutes, and then I'm gonna come back, click the light on, because it's kind of like really dark, and I know my neighbor's like, what the heck am I doing out here again this time. But I'm gonna actually let the 45 minutes, well, not 45, but the 15 minutes expire, and see if that center levels out some more and fixes itself. And if not, I'm gonna actually turn the camera off, break everything down, take it in the house, and then I'm going to come out on my own an hour from then, when the actual full hour of this right here has a chance to set, and come out and see if that center line, like doubling it, maybe possibly double the time. Maybe that section is going to need 2 hours before it'll level out. I don't feel like that's going to be the case. I feel like I'm going to have to buff that out. I kind of really want to touch it and see if I like move it around, does it kind of go away. But I'm fighting with touching it and trying just to let it do what they say do. But that area, I can tell, that area where I didn't overlap the product, it is smooth and sweet, and that passenger side one looks great. So I'll be back in 15 minutes to show you what actually an hour of the product being on the lens looks like, and I'll see where this center section that I can see right here, with this little bit of doubling of the product, if it actually levels out in an hour or not. After an hour, that's what I'm getting. And if you can't quite hear me, I untook the mic, but you can kind of see the lines that are showing in there. I'm going to put my flashlight on. It's going to actually show a whole lot more. When I did the flashlight, it kind of showed some at the top that I wasn't seeing before. But hopefully you can hear me without the mic. But this is after an hour. I'm going to wait and see, because the lines are still there. Like, you can see them a little bit with the street light. I'll move over that one right there. That right there. And it goes all the way across the lens. So I'm going to give it the other hour and see if it levels out some better. But this is basically what it looks like when I put a flashlight on it. And those are the lines I was talking about. I don't know if you can quite see them there. But I'm going to give it another hour and see what happens. Alrighty. But let's go look and see what the passenger one looks like. A whole lot better. So yeah, you want to make sure that's that line. You kind of can see it right there that I went over. But yeah, you really just don't want to overlap it. But let's see.